Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Thursday, April 20th, 2023. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Thursday, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. Early weakness here heading into the RTH Open right now. You basically see price pushing well beyond the previous session's lows. You're now at 5-day lows here. For the most part, the ES remains within this narrow range here from pivot high to pivot high, but it's kind of been bisected here with a smaller range here, smaller range up here, still compression overall. And as we noted a couple of days ago, for all intents and purposes, we've pretty much fulfilled the move across the range from the previous year's close 38.68 all the way into the 4200 market structure edge. It got to 98 quarter right here. It also hit the 86 half level. That's basically what happened last time. Each of these last couple of times came right about to that zone. Maybe a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower in different cases, but ultimately returning back down to that 38.68 level. Are we going to see that up ahead? Again, very heavy up here as the market has now gotten very narrow at these highs with an inability to really push higher. Also an inability to really maintain weakness as well. On these rotations down early in the day, we've seen price bounce right back up. Down early, bounce back up. Down early yesterday, bounce back up. Maybe today is more of the same. We've dropped multi-hour range down here at these lows right now. If price starts to pop, back above the 41.55 zone, that could open up a return back to the previous session's close and back to the previous week's close, which takes us right back to 41.70, 41.72. So right now, again, we're still in the range. We haven't really seen much in the way of aggressive price action outside the range, only movement within. We've seen V bottom and V top days over the last couple of weeks here where we head one way early and finish in the opposite direction back up. We've seen it happen here down. We've seen it happen each of these last 4 days especially. So perhaps we see that again today. Ultimately, what we're looking for is a failure to hold 4100, which would open up a return back toward that 38.68 and 4000 even. So those two would be the next major points down. If we are going to make a move to the upside, you need a forceful day through 4200. We can't just continue to go up here and just kind of meander and turn back down. You need a forceful transition day through that level that can open up the next zone above. All right, let's take a look here at the NQ. The NQ, same thing, super significant compression here. 16 days narrow now. You have to go back at least 2 years to find something as narrow as this type of day. And what followed each time was significant movement, sometimes down, sometimes up, sometimes down, then up. So again, we'll see how we respond out of this range. But a failure at the lower edge here, that 12.925, that will also coincide with the key range high. Remember, that key range high is very important. We now have a box that's formed above that key range high. If we fail at the key range high, it opens up a return to the key range midpoint. That's 12K. And right now, that's basically the market structure. You got that midpoint up to the edge. That's been the market structure. You're trying to hold now, but if you fail, you will drop back across that market structure. So that 12.925, very, very important up ahead. All right, let's take a look now at crude oil. You'll notice right now crude oil down about 2%, 1.9%. Mentioned before that the failure at 82, 81.5 would open up a return to 79. We got that move yesterday and over the last 2.5 days to begin the week. And in reaching that target, we also noted that any bounce now could be seen as a selling opportunity for a continuation down as this market looks to go fill the gap at 75.70. So 75.70 is the target here. We're at 77.70. That's only a couple of more points to go. Perhaps we don't get all of those points today, but we could be looking at finishing this move into the end of the weekend on Friday's close. So again, we could look at further selling pressure up ahead in crude oil in the near term as we make a return to fill the gap down below. Any balance could still be seen as a selling opportunity until we see a significant rejection of some sort. All right, let's take a look here at gold futures. Gold in the previous session here put in a bit of a rejection tail. Not the strongest tail ever, but a really good intraday rejection. Price closed well close to that midpoint of the rejection day, which again signals not the strongest rejection. You do have 4-day highs developing right here off the 2025s that are very, very strong. Perhaps a stop run day could take you higher here, but keep an eye on that midpoint there. That's 2,000, and again, to hold at that 2,000 level like this and to come in here and pull back into that area, if bulls can't keep that area bid, that's about the time where you see the weak hands give up and you see this thing return back down. So again, continuing to test the 2,000 level. Lastly, looking at the YM here, the YM down 0.5% at the moment. This is perhaps the biggest pullback we've seen against the previous session's lows. This is 4-day lows right here, and we're below all of them right now. Modestly below all of them. We could still easily bounce back up. A recovery of the previous session's low would be significant from a short-term perspective, as it would be significant toward a move higher. That 34,500 is going to be important, as well as the next edge. Do we go get that edge now as we test the bullish Pima trigger zone? So right now we have weakness here below 4-day lows. Got a little bit of a range that's developed on those lows. If price starts to push back above, say, 33,900, 33,925, that will open up a return back within the range above, and perhaps keep this train moving toward 34,500, 34,550. Otherwise, an inability to hold, say, 750 here, and you start to work your way back to 33.5, and then from there you could be working your way much lower within the range. So keeping an eye on the previous session's low, watching the zone here for perhaps a potential bounce back in a V bottom reversal day, which goes for the ES, NQ, and YM. All of these could turn back up to close the day back toward yesterday's finish. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.